All right, Spill here. Here's my thoughts on the game. I was actually at the game. So I watched the game live. Let me just start off with the Toronto atmosphere. It's like going to a funeral home. The fans are there's no noise. You can hear the puck. You can hear people scream for the pass. I remember bringing my daughter once to a game when she was young, and at the time Phil Kessel was our favorite player, and he scored a goal. She was really excited. She might have been 4 or 5 at the time. Just giving out high fives, and people were looking over like, could you stop the ruckus? Just, it's bad. Man, it's a really bad place to watch a hockey game. Any place where you have to put up a sign that says make noise, it's goddamn embarrassing. I've been to plenty of games. I've been to Buffalo, I've been to Ottawa, I've been to Montreal, I've been to Nashville. Way better stadiums to watch a hockey game. It's not even close. So first of all, that's the experience. It's a horrible experience in-house. They have the little fake flags that they drag across to try to generate some kind of... It's really bad to watch a hockey game there. It's not enjoyable. But it's enjoyable to watch the game live. I'm just saying, in terms of the crowd is awful. On the hands, it's really bad. Now, the first period, the Leafs gave them nothing to cheer about. That was probably the guy in front of me got a laugh. It only took about 20 seconds for Jake McCabe to make his first mistake of the night, hand the puck over. It was awful. TJ Brodie completes a 2-foot pass to the wrong team that nearly ends up in the back of the net. Riley, wrong player. Sam and Benoit's handing it over to the team. I don't know what the giveaways are. I should check them. But they cannot be they have to be multi-digits. It's not even close. And that's just the first period alone. But let me just see here in terms of the takeaways, what the takeaways were in this game. Or the giveaways, or whatever stat they used to be able to do that. Let me see. Because on Sportsnet they don't give those stats, and I have no idea why they don't give those stats. But why wouldn't you give the stats? It would just make sense. Scores, Leafs, Stars, Game Center. And they have giveaways at 15 for the Leafs to 9 for the Stars. Trust me, it was more than 15. In the first period alone, it was more than 15. They were stuck in mud. It looked like Dallas was stuck in mud themselves. It was a very, very boring first period. Nothing really flowing. The Leafs got the power play. They scored. Nylander scored. I got to see all core 4 score. Wow. But anyways, Nylander scores to make it 1-0. Okay, that should pump up. But what I noticed right away is the Leafs weren't even cheering when they scored. They just seemed bored. They seemed disinterested in the game. There was no... Like, Nylander scored, and they're like, yay. Matthews scored later in the game. It was like, yay. They didn't even look like they were interested in the game, to be honest. It looked... We were sitting around going, there was no flow to this game whatsoever. It was terrible, but it did change on a thread, and I'll get there. We then get into the power play for the Dallas Stars, which took all of what I believe 5 seconds for Jamie Benn to put it home, because the broken down coverage in front of the net, you leave Jamie Benn by himself, he's going to bury it. So it was 2 high sticking calls, 2 penalties. Okay. And then Evgeny Dandinov, who, as I recall, was hated by... Didn't the Ottawa Senators lose that draft pick because they traded him and they didn't tell the other team that they traded to him that he had a no-trade clause or something along those lines? No team wanted this guy. And he made Jake... on that... I have no idea what Jake McCabe was doing. Not a clue. We're watching the... He stuck his stick out. Dandinov didn't make a move. Dandinov just went to the net. And I don't know what McCabe was doing, but certainly wasn't playing the body. Like, you know, when you're a defenseman, you're supposed to look at the body and make sure you got the body, and you've got the body, everything's going to be fine. He does some kind of poke check out the way I go, and Dandinov just walks him and scores. And it's 2-1. I'm just like, shots on net 10-4 in the first period. And the guy I was with, I'm sitting around going, that was possibly the worst hockey I've ever seen live. Like, that's a lot of hockey I've watched live. Not NHL. I'm not even talking NHL. I'm just talking hockey in general. That was some bad hockey. So I don't know how this was going to turn out. And to be honest, the second period started the exact same as the first. I'm like, holy crap, we paid money to see this nonsense. And then it did turn around. And it turned around on a power play for the Dallas Stars. The Leafs got caught for the umpteenth time. Their fourth line guy jumps on the ice, grabs the puck right away before the other player gets off the ice. A lot of Leaf fans complaining. Last time I checked, you can't have too many men on the ice. It's just one of the rules that they have in the game. So, but after that, too many men, and that happened at the 5:15 mark of the second period. This game turned around. Now I know John Tavares scored a power play goal, but again, there's no energy in the building. That kill turned the game around. The Leafs had Matthews and Marner on at the same time, 2-on-1s, plenty of chances. They played better on that 5-on-4 than they did the entire 25 minutes beforehand. And post that, the Leafs got better. The Leafs got better. They started to bring the play. Now, 5-on-5, I still thought Dallas had a lot of the domination in the zone, but it was that penalty kill and that too many men that changed this game around. There was a little bit more energy. You noticed the Leafs were coming out with a little bit more. That penalty kill was huge. That was the turning point in the game. So seeing that live really gives you kind of that perspective. I don't know if I would have noticed that on the TV, but you could see at that point this game started to turn around. And then we'll get into Matthews scored the goal that banked off, another power play goal. So the Leafs were awesome on the power play tonight. What were they, 3 for 3? Felt like it. Dallas were pretty good on the power play too, but they weren't 3 for 3. And so Matthews makes it 3-2. And at that point, the Leafs are probably thinking we shouldn't even be winning this game, but we are. So let's take it from there. Now, at the end of the second period, and it was tough for us to tell. Again, the Dallas were on the power play. So this happened at the... Tyler Bertuzzi Pontus Holmberg had 2 minutes for holding. Now, I will tell you that Tyler Seguin 2 minutes for hooking. We're still waiting for that hooking call. I didn't see it in the arena. We didn't see it on the replay. Didn't look like a hooking call to me. And the Holmberg call looked a little bit weak. Both players were holding each other. I guess, whatever. At the end of the day, we saw Jake McCabe down in the corner. Didn't hear much because the puck was nowhere near where McCabe was. They had won the puck off the draw, came out this way, was back to the point. We're all focused on the point, and all of a sudden we're watching Jake McCabe getting it up, putting on his helmet. We're going, what the hell are you doing, bud? Start working. He was the slowest guy. You could tell he's yelling at the ref. In the stadium, didn't see what happened. Didn't see it. Just saw Jake McCabe getting up. And then I saw it. We saw it on the replay. Again, the NHL is a joke of a league. You employ joke officials. Like, that's a suspendable hit. So this guy's going to get suspended. Mason Marchment, ex-Leaf, is going to get suspended for that hit. And he didn't even get a call on the ice. There's no call on the ice. Yet, 4 referees did notice this, including the one in the zone, who was probably had the best view of it. Didn't notice it. So, no penalty, and yet Mason Marchment's going to get a suspension. Am I missing something in this? I must be missing something. It was a cheap shot, and what did the Leafs do about it? They yelled at the ref. You could tell Keith was pissed. Jake McCabe pissed. The end of the second period, they're screaming at the ref. You know what no one was screaming at? No one was screaming at Mason Marchment. No one. No one went over to him. No one said nothing. Hell, I had no idea who actually threw the hit because even on the replay, I couldn't see the number. I basically had to go and watch the replay a couple times to say, oh, that was a 7 on the back of it, and guess who it was. The Leafs certainly didn't point the person out because they didn't do anything. They didn't chase the guy. They didn't do nothing on him. That's a complete and utter hit. Now, I get it's a power play or penalty kill, and they're probably like me. They didn't see the play. But there's no way you went down into the second period intermission and came out. And the fact, Jay McCabe came out and went right back to the ref again. You had Keith still yelling at the ref and the second period intermission. The ref then went over to the Dallas side and started saying something to their coach, and their coach said something to Marchment, and that's kind of where we went, okay. Well, he's probably telling him, bud, you're going to get suspended. I missed the call. I'm assuming the ref went over and apologized to Keith and to McCabe. I'm guessing that's what he did. I have no idea. That's a blatant miss. That's a match penalty. That's 5 minutes match penalty.
So the Leafs have a 3-2 lead. And there's this guy on the team called Ryan Reeves. Now, he didn't have a bad game tonight. The fourth line certainly, probably 5-on-5 was really good. But I'm pretty sure we don't employ Ryan Reeves at a 3-year, $1.63 million contract to sort of swat the puck around and do a little muck in the fourth line. I thought he was there to protect the team. That's what I thought he was there for. I get it, you got a 3-2 lead and coach is telling you, you don't do anything that's going to cost the team a penalty. You just had a guy completely and utterly cheap shotted. I'm going to give you an example of the Islanders. Simon Benoit threw a hit that was a clean hit on Barzal, and Bo Horvat came over and started a fight. That's what happens when a clean hit happens. This was not a clean hit. I'm pretty sure the refs saw the replay in the intermission and would let you get away with anything with Marchment. You could have slashed him, you could have hacked him, and they wouldn't have called a damn thing because they missed that call. Ryan Reeves was on the ice with Marchment. So I tapped here we go. This is going to be it. Nothing happened. Not even words. Nothing. Nada. So why in the world is Ryan Reeves on the Toronto Maple Leafs? For his goal-scoring prowess? Oh, he played good tonight, Bill. I don't give a... Ryan Reeves good is really bad, okay? We don't play Ryan Reeves to just sit there and I thought he was supposed to protect the team. Remember he was talking about protecting the team? He certainly didn't protect the team. You know who protected the team? Simon Benoit is the one that got Marchment on a hit. And you could tell McCabe was looking for him. And McCabe took it out on Seguin. It was very clear Marchment wanted no part of McCabe. I'll give McCabe credit. He was horrible on the second goal. He had a horrible night, in my opinion. I didn't think he played very well. I see he got the belt. Between him and Simon Benoit, like half the friggin' passes to the other team were from them in the first period. But we don't employ Reeves to look nice. I thought he's supposed to deal with these situations. You know what he did not do tonight? He did not deal with the situation. So, Mr. Ryan Reeves, here's my opinion of you. F- in this game. What is your goddamn job, bud? You're not going to see a worse cheap shot that was the worst cheap shot on a Leaf player this year. And what happened? Nothing. We're going to let the league deal with it, Bill. That's the way to play it. We need the 2 points. Is that what the Bruins do? Is that what the Islanders do? Is that what the Florida Panthers would do? They just forget about it. Nah. How did the Arizona Coyotes handle that, Florida? Oh, they had a full-line brawl. The Leafs? Nada. So why do you employ Ryan Reeves? I'll get to my next question. 3-2. Why do you employ Mark Giordano? This this better be his last goddamn game in any. Ivan Dandonov again. Dandonov, he was guy +3 on the night. He ate the Leafs lunch. Right off the draw, you saw him take off. And you know who I didn't see take off? Mark Giordano. If you have a 3-2 lead in a game, and you're a defenseman, Giordano's been in the NHL for a minute. What don't you have happen to you? Happened in the last game. You don't let the guy get behind you. So if he starts taking off, you're the defenseman, you've got a 3-2 lead, you don't need to get another goal. You play defense. Not Giordano. Not this older than carbon piece of garbage. I'm tired of Mark Giordano, okay? Enough. I don't care if he was good 25 years ago. I don't give a flying at. You know what was really good 25 years ago? Dmitry Yushkevich. Do you think I want Dmitry Yushkevich in the lineup right now? Actually, you know what? I probably do. He can't be any worse than the friggin' other 6 defensemen on this team. And I went nuts. How do you let Dan... And he complains about it. You know what you need to complain about, Mark? How you let a guy get behind you, you moron. These are the mistakes that kill the Leafs. A 3-2 lead, 8 minutes left in the game, and Giordano lets a guy get behind him. It's moronic. It cannot happen. You want to know why the Leafs can never win in the playoffs? Because they let that happen. And it's acceptable. Because Giordano was on the ice for the other goal, on the fourth goal. So it's not like Keith put him on the bench and said enough. You know why he can't put him? Because he's got no defense. Liljegren awful. Riley was awful. They're all awful. The forwards were bad. Holy moly. I know he lost my friggin' never-loving mind when that scored. But you know what happened? 30 seconds later? Great pass from Matthews to Marner in the net. And then a nice play by Tavares to Nylander in the net. And it's 5-3. Woo! And then, again, they got a score to make it 5-4, make it interesting. What happened there? Nylander going for the hat trick with a lazy play. Icing. Again, these are the Leafs just make the dumbest mistakes at the dumbest times. Why is it so tough for them not to make the mistake? Nice icing, get trapped in the zone. Next thing you know, it's 5-4, and I'm laughing. I'm expecting the 5-5 goal to go in at any moment. But they did change the line. They got Giordano off. They got the crippled guy, or the statue, or the relic got off the ice. And they put Benoit and McCabe on the ice. And they were able to hold it for a 5-4 win. I don't even know what to say in this game. The Leafs played 25 minutes of maybe the stuck in mud hockey. Dallas looked like they were stuck in mud. And they played the night before. They looked tired, and they just got more tired. I saw something like Heiskanen played like 20 minutes, and he probably played 25 the night before. He looked bad. But again, the Leafs, this is a game you should have done. Dallas didn't come out all guns a-blazing. Matter of fact, their top players did not play like their top players tonight. And the Leafs still have to struggle to win the game because their defense is awful. Trust me, I was at the game. It's really, really bad. And what do we do here? I can keep complaining about defense all I want. William Lagesson. Is there a William Lagesson? Is there a William Lagesson anywhere in the building? Tell me that guy would be worse than Giordano. Please, let me know. Or Brody. Brody's awful. Or even Benoit made some fantastic passes to the wrong team. Jake McCabe, first period, they said 15 giveaways. I bet you had about 8 of them. This is a tough team. Tough team to watch. The guy beside me who took me to the game, thanks Howard, said it was an exciting game. You get your full money's worth. I can't disagree with that comment. I cannot disagree. Anyways, the Leafs play Ottawa on Saturday. That should be a fun loss because they always seem to lose to Ottawa. Cheers.